All right, welcome back to another episode of On the Rocks. This is episode 3. We got a kind of funny story. We recorded this last Thursday, actually.
Yeah. This is episode 3.5.
3.5. We thought it was a smart idea to try and do this after a evening at the Upper Deck, best bar in America. Shout out to Upper Deck.
Shout out.
And about a quarter of the way through, we realized we should probably shut it down.
We don't know what we're saying.
Yeah. But we didn't get it to our top 5, so that'll still be fresh. And
take 2.
Take 2 of episode 3. Before we get to that, Nick, you had a issue, I know, with the last episode.
Yeah, you had one of the worst takes, worst movie opinions of all time that I think we need to rehatch.
Which one?
All of them, but specifically.
All of them. Oh, okay.
You said Deadpool is not a comedy movie.
I didn't say that.
You said it. I'll run the tape back.
Oh, wait. I know what you're talking about because I had watched it back, and you said Deadpool, but at the time, I heard Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh.
Which, in fairness to me, that not a comedy.
I could see how you could get those. Get those mixed up.
Sounds similar.
Yeah.
Right? So Deadpool, Texas Chainsaw. Deadpool, comedy.
Is a comedy.
Is a comedy confirmed. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Not very funny.
Not confirmed. Not funny. Not a comedy.
I think Deadpool's dad is actually like 30% chainsaw.
So in a
That's
way,
probably where the confusion.
That could have been it.
So you do think Deadpool's a comedy movie?
Confirmed. Now that I
Okay.
know what you actually said. So in all fairness, it's actually your fault.
I should have spoken up.
So you basically said Deadpool wasn't a comedy.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I think what I actually heard you say, if I remember it correctly, was, "Hey Nick, I think you are more attractive than Ryan Reynolds." I think isn't that what you said?
I'll have to. We could have.
Do you?
I totally believe that.
No.
I don't know if I said it.
I think you did. You don't.
We'll have to check back.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Instant replay.
I'm glad someone's appreciating this.
Yeah. So there was a couple things that misinterpreted.
Right.
Okay.
Not the Upper Deck's fault.
Not the Upper Deck's fault. No. Speaking of movies, we've got some movie reviews.
I have 2 movies to review.
You have 2, right?
I saw 2 movies at the theaters back-to-back days like a psycho.
You did the Barbenheimer?
I did Barbenheimer.
Okay.
But I saw Oppenheimer first, so I did Oppenheimer.
Did you go to Warehouse?
Rarby. Yeah.
Dude, that place rocks.
I'm always worried I'm going to fall asleep in the seats.
They're so comfy. Shout out to Warehouse.
They recline.
Yeah.
And you hit the button to heat them.
Or you can cool them.
Do you cool your seat?
No.
I don't know.
But I reclined it.
Even in the summer when I get in there, because it's always a little chilly.
Yeah. That place is awesome, dude. Full bar.
Their popcorn gives me the craziest shits, though. Dude, I don't know if it's all the butter. Because they have like the put your own butter on the popcorn button.
Yeah. I can see you just putting the whole thing of butter in there.
I just drown it.
It's free. Might as well get your...
Take the straw and put the straw in the popcorn, and then put the butter down the straw. So you can get butter. Because otherwise you just get the top layer.
That's wild.
Yeah. Not a diabetic friendly move, by the way.
No. you want to get your Buttersworth.
Oh.
Miss Buttersworth. Shout out to Miss Buttersworth.
You put syrup on your...
Oh, wait. Is that syrup?
Yeah. Miss Buttersworth is
butter,
syrup.
though.
Is it syrup?
They're related. They have to be related somehow.
Miss
Anyways.
Buttersworth and Aunt Jemima.
So, canceled.
Aunt Jemima's canceled?
Yeah.
It's not Aunt Jemima anymore?
It is, but they took her picture off the syrup bottle.
But it's still called
Aunt Jemima? Called Aunt Jemima.
Well, what?
I don't know. So, anyways, Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer, loved it. Very long movie. The last part of it, when they get into like the trial and everything, definitely slows down a little bit. I didn't know everything that guy went through, so it was a crazy story. But the scene where they test the atomic bomb, like I was clenching my seat. You know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But it's incredible. Christopher Nolan's the director.
One of the greatest.
My favorite.
Is he the best?
He's my top.
Okay.
He's done Inception. He did Interstellar. He did the Dark Knight movies with Christian Bale.
Yes.
I think he did. I was gonna say I think he did Memento, but maybe that's David Fincher.
I don't think Nolan did that.
I think Christopher Nolan, like the way he uses music in his movies, like in Interstellar's a perfect example.
Oh, Interstellar's great.
That scene when the whole planet's water and the waves are coming.
Yeah.
The way he uses music in the background of that test where they are doing the atomic bomb, dude, like my asshole was clenched. That scene is incredible.
Yeah, that was wild.
Definitely liked Oppenheimer. All the characters in it, the actors are great.
What's his name? Cillian Murphy?
Yeah.
He's the main guy, right?
Yeah, Peaky Blinders, dude.
Peaky Blinders, yeah.
He does a great job with it. I mean, dude, it's a good movie. It's a movie you got to see in theaters.
My only issue is that it's 3 hours long.
It's a hell of a movie.
That's a long time.
Your cutoff for movies is like
2 hours.
if it was like any longer than like a Nickelodeon special episode, you're out.
I'm out on it. Or I'll just wait till it comes out.
And then we'll watch it in like 3 installments.
Yeah.
Because you can pause it.
But I did watch Saving Private Ryan, which is 3 hours. Remember, that was the only reason I wouldn't watch it. Because it was 3 hours.
First time you ever saw it?
Watched it. Pretty good.
Pretty good? I mean,
awesome.
Is it up there for you? I told you it would be one of the best war movies ever.
Best war movie, yeah, it's like probably top 2 or 3 for me. Yeah, that was a good watch. That was a Sunday watch. Lay on the couch
and just melt.
Yeah, melt into my couch.
That's good. I'm glad
so you saw Oppenheimer, and then you saw.
And then the next day I saw Barbie.
Barbie movie, which I still don't understand the concept of that movie. Like
I thought the same thing.
I was just confused.
Going into it, I honestly was kind of curious how they were making a movie about it.
Yeah.
Also, Abby bought the tickets. I told her I'd go see it with her if she bought the tickets.
Fair.
But honestly, I was just curious, like, how are they making a movie about this? They actually did a pretty good job like, creating a plot and a world around it.
Yeah. I've heard good reviews.
It's a good movie. I'm not going to say you have to see it in theaters, but when it comes out on streaming or something, it's 100% worth watching.
Well, you got Ryan Gosling in it.
Hunk.
Liability.
Hunk City.
And remember Titans, liability.
But in this movie,
he's
a liability. Not my wiener.
Okay. And then who's Margot Robbie?
Margot Robbie.
Wow.
Hi.
She's kind on the eyes.
She's not bad to look at.
Great personality, from what I hear.
She's got like 7 different types of great personalities in this movie.
Yeah. So.
Lots of outfit changes. There was a lot of. Not a lot. There was a few jokes that I didn't get, or a few throwbacks to some Barbie stuff that I didn't appreciate.
Well, the movie's not for you, so.
Right. Knowing that stuff now,
yeah,
it made like they do some throwbacks to old Barbie stuff that they put out that got canceled. Okay. But those like dolls are in the movie and they make fun of it.
Okay.
Barbie like makes fun of themselves a lot in the movie.
And it's an adult. I heard it's an adult movie, right?
Like almost right away, the first joke of the movie is like a very like adult joke.
Okay.
It was a great movie, man. I liked it. It's definitely worth checking out.
Okay. Yeah. So I had gone and seen. Went to Warehouse and we saw everybody in pink. It was kind of cool. It was pretty cool. But we were there to see Sounds of Freedom, which is that movie about child trafficking, and it was pretty surreal. Made you think a lot. It's horrible. It makes you mad. It makes you sad. But it's about this guy. Jim Caviezel plays this Homeland security guy, and he's out there like catching pedophiles, but he wants to like take it a step further because he's like, well, I'm getting all these pedophiles, but I'm not really saving any kids. So he wants to actually go out and save these kids, and he ends up doing it. It's pretty cool. Like I said, it makes you mad, it makes you sad. It's like $150 billion industry, apparently. There were some of the facts at the end, and I'm just
child trafficking?
Yes.
$150 billion?
If they said it's the leading market or whatever internationally.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's terrible. And this guy Jim Caviezel, he's great. He was in Passion of the Christ. Have you seen that?
He is Jesus?
Yeah.
Wow, what a guy.
Yeah. But it makes you wonder why more people in Hollywood don't speak up about this stuff.
But there's a lot of issues with this movie, making it into theaters and stuff too, right?
Yes, because I think Disney bought it 5 years ago. Never had plans of putting it out there. It got bought again, and then this indie film picked it up. MD Film Company picked it up, and they portrayed it. And Jim Caviezel will probably be blackballed from Hollywood after this for speaking out against it. We actually saw the movie for free because so many people were paying it forward. Like at the end of the movie, like the credits come up, Jim Caviezel comes up, and he's like, "Thanks for watching. Here's this barcode. You can scan this, and you can pay it forward to somebody else because they don't have like a big marketing."
Right, just to get people to see it.
Yeah, just to get everybody, to be more aware about it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it was definitely interesting. Like I said, sad.
That is the opposite of the Barbie movie.
Right. Yeah, I would imagine. But all three, it sounds like
Good movies.
movies worth watching. If you had to rate Oppenheimer out of 10, what do you think?
Out of 10, I would give it like a 8.4.
Okay. Barbie?
See, Barbie is a different scale.
It's
Comedy
okay.
movies get rated differently.
Okay. Is it a comedy? It's considered a comedy
It's
movie?
comedy for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you were a little girl and you grew up playing Barbies, it's probably like pretty emotional for you at the end. But I would definitely classify it as a comedy movie.
Yeah. I feel like you don't have to be a girl to see that movie. Like, I've heard a
No.
lot of guys say, like,
Most of the jokes, I think most of the movie was pretty funny. There
Yeah.
was just a few small things that I did. Not even that it was girl humor, just that I didn't play with Barbies and I didn't appreciate some of the little things that were in the movie.
gotcha.
But I would give Barbie, on like my comedy scale, I'd give Barbie like a solid 7.8.
Okay. Sounds of Freedom, I'd probably put up there. I mean, there's great action, suspense. I like 7 or something.
Well, while we're on the rating, what about Saving Private Ryan?
Saving Private Ryan, maybe like an 8. I don't know. We'll do greatest movies shortly at some point.
Not just
Greatest
all
movies of all
encompassing.
time. Yeah, yeah. Which, yeah, we're going to continue with like the movies, but also we want to get into some sports because that's going to be one of our main topics: music, movies, and sports. So we're kind of going to ease into the sports realm and do sports movies today. Top 5 sports movies, and that
this is-
excludes.
Not goofy sports movies.
Right, so not sports comedies. We kind of covered those last episode, anyways. With
We
that
did have
Happy
a
Gilmore.
few of them in there, yeah.
Yeah. So movies that might have humor but wouldn't consider them a
Like sports dramas.
yes. Right. So what do we got? Who's up? I don't remember.
Well, hold on. I went first. No, you went first because you were going to yell at me for Weezer, and then I went first last week, so you're up.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. This was also, again, these are super hard. You don't realize it because you probably could have done a top 5 for every major sport.
There's a lot of good sports movies.
There's so many good ones. So
I feel like there was a lot that I left out.
yeah, probably. Yeah. I tried to pick at least one from each major sport. But that being said, number 5 for me is Friday Night Lights.
Classic.
Classic high school movie. We used to watch this one before games on Friday nights or watch it afterwards. It's a movie that I think a lot of guys have probably cried to at the end because it's not a happy ending.
Oh, it's a tough one.
It's
a tough ending.
Tough pill to swallow, I think is the phrase.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that ending was brutal. Based on a true story. Texas football.
Crazy.
That
It's
is
a different world.
different. That's different. They have like 8A out there.
That's insane.
Yeah. Just great cast too. Tim McGraw,
Oh, and Billy Bob.
Billy Bob
Billy
Thornton.
Bob Thornton. There's no way that's his real name. I've never looked this up. That's the most white dude redneck name of all time.
Yeah, but he looks like that.
He does,
He
yeah.
looks like that's his name. His real name.
I'll look
So-
it up.
Yeah.
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob.
William Robert Thornton. Is that his real name?
I don't think. Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah.
It was weird seeing him in that movie. He's in like. That's like his only serious role. That one and he's in Armageddon
Yeah.
as a serious because all his other ones are like
Bad
News
Santa.
Bears, Bad News Bears,
Yeah.
Bad Santa.
Yeah, it's a
That's
great
fun
cast.
movie. Yeah. So.
I
Yeah,
mean-
for me, dude, Friday Night Lights. TV show's great too. Have you seen the TV show?
I actually have not seen the TV show.
It's pretty good.
I've seen a little bit of it. I know it's got that dude from Bloodline as the head coach.
Kyle Chandler.
I know there's like some good characters. I think I've seen bits and pieces with the one dude's Riggins. Right?
Oh, everybody knows Tim Riggins.
That's the only one that I know.
Yeah, he's iconic.
Tim Riggins, hunk.
Yeah, he's definitely great.
Dude, could you imagine, like, your first game this year is what, 2.5, 3 hours away?
Yeah.
Odessa, Texas to Houston is like a 9-hour drive.
What?
Yeah. I played football with a guy in college who was from San Antonio, and there was a town in Texas in the same state as him that was 11.5 hours away in the same state.
I'll just forfeit.
Yeah. You'd have to fly to your high
What?
school games.
That'd be-
That's a whole day.
Yeah, I mean, our first game this year is in Wacomico. So down by Salisbury, our old stomping ground.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah, that's our first game.
Speaking of old stomping grounds and high school football and stuff, I think it's important real quick that the people know. Me and Tony played together. We graduated together. Tony was starting wide receiver, cornerback, whatever. I was defensive lineman. I ran a faster 40 than Tony Delaval. So I
got to bring this up.
I think it's important everyone knows that I am faster than you.
On a technicality.
Your 40-yard dash was 60 yards.
We'll give it some context.
You ran a post corner.
Right.
It's a straight line.
Right.
And it looked like you were running from an alligator.
Yeah. That's a true story.
But I got to the finish line faster than you did. So that's all that matters.
I'll give you it.
So
I'll give you that.
that's all. Just want to make sure people know.
Okay. I had 9 more touchdowns than you, so.
Hey, I did have a punt return for 1 yard.
For 1 yard.
Because I fell forward.
You should get a plaque for that.
I have that somewhere in my Facebook. All right, so my number 5 is the movie Warrior. You seen Warrior?
With
Tom Hardy?
Tom Hardy?
Yeah, the two brothers in the UFC. It's a UFC movie.
Yeah.
That's a sport.
I know.
Well,
That's your 5?
You don't like Warrior?
I didn't say I didn't like it, but if we're going 5 greatest all time and you put that movie in?
I love Warrior. The story behind the brothers.
Great story.
It's home.
Is it based on a true story or no?
No.
No. Okay.
If I say yes, will that?
It could change my mind.
Okay, yes.
It's not changing. It's not gonna do it.
Not based off a true story, but the writers of the movie lived next to Nick Nolte while they were writing it, so his character was written specifically for him when they cast that movie as the father.
Really?
All those scenes, I mean, the scene where Tom Hardy goes into a room, is hugging his dad when he's drinking, like, it's so emotional. The fight scenes are awesome. I will say the fight scenes with Tom Hardy, like the first 2 rounds when he's in that tournament, are pretty ridiculous. He like clotheslines a dude and knocks him out in 5 seconds. Like, it's a ridiculous movie.
But that's your top 5. You just said, oh, hey, the first couple fights suck. This movie's not that good.
I didn't say they
it's
suck. They're badass.
Oh, I thought you said that.
They're just crazy.
Oh, okay.
Like, you don't see anyone come out with a flying clothesline and knock people out. But I love the movie, man. The
Or
fight scenes get me hyped.
Masvidal did that. Remember that? He gave Ben Askren a flying knee?
Right. But did they? I don't think they touched gloves, though, did they?
I don't know. He just ran. That was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Not to get off topic, but
I would have.
that reminded me of that.
Maybe that's where they got it from.
We got to get a UFC person on here. I don't really know too much
I'll
about.
put you in a chokehold.
Ben wish he would.
I love Warrior.
Okay.
Definitely a great movie.
I was not expecting that. I'll just say that. I wasn't expecting that.
Also, my freshman year of college, before I turned into a chubby little pussy, I had huge traps and like long greasy hair. And
Where'd you have traps? Who's been lying to you?
Dude, this was like 20 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And
When you were 7.
They told me that I looked like Tom Hardy when I showed up to school
Okay.
freshman year. So
Wow. Whoever told you that?
a bunch of dudes hitting on me, pretty cool.
Yeah. Whoever told
So
you
I think
that?
that's the only reason.
I mean, I wouldn't just lie to your face like that, but
So this is now the 3rd week in a row where you've been very against my
your
5
5 spot. Yeah. We're not supposed to agree on anything. Right? What if we just? Oh, that's a great pick, Nick.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't agree with your face.
Yeah.
All right, what's your number
Anyway,
4?
number 4, classic baseball movie. You're Killing Me, Smalls.
Oh, Sandlot.
Sandlot.
One of the most quotable sports movies.
Most quotable is, I feel like it was a movie for kids, but like as an adult, I still will watch it.
Still a great movie.
And it's awesome. Wendy Peppercorn, the story with her and Squints.
Legend.
The guy faked drowning.
It's a move.
I mean, that's the greatest move of all
That's
time.
a move to pull out.
What is he? He jumps off the deep end, or the
Fakes drowning.
diving board, fakes drowning.
Gets
said
mouth
that
to mouth.
by Wendy,
And then tongues her.
and she's not happy about it.
But then,
what was it? They have like 9 kids or
something
something.
crazy, yeah. She gives him that little wink,
Yeah.
and that little nerdy dude is so excited.
Wow.
What's the one dude who goes on to play pro? Benny the Jet or something?
Benny the Jet, yeah. PF Flyers. Might have to get me a pair of those.
Legend.
Yeah, you're killing me, Smalls. One of the best quotes ever.
All the little contraptions they go through to try and get that ball back.
It's pretty impressive.
I thought that dog, growing up, was like the size of a blue whale. Like,
Well, in the one scene, they show it to be like this monster.
yeah, right.
Like,
But then he gets out, and it's like, oh, that's like,
Yeah.
just like a golden retriever or something.
and then at the end, was it James Earl Jones?
Yeah,
Darth Vader?
yeah.
He's like, you could have just asked me for it, and I would have got you the ball.
So
But then there wouldn't be a movie, so.
is Sandlot in the same universe as Star Wars?
Star Wars?
That's what Darth Vader does when he retires.
He
He runs like a, whatever. Does he have like a junkyard or something?
yeah, he runs a junkyard, and he's blind.
Maybe that's before, and that's where Darth Vader gets his suit.
I think that's probably before.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and
And he becomes evil because the kids don't want to hang out with him.
So what if you took out that entire plot, and the movie would be 10 minutes long? Like, they hit the ball over the fence, they just go knock on his door, hey.
Can I get it?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, here you go.
All right, end of the movie.
Sandlot.
Sandlot.
Then you wouldn't get your Killing Me Smalls.
You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it. And then what did the mom say? Because her son's kind of like nerdy or whatever.
She's like, why don't you get in trouble?
Yeah. Can you
Yeah.
imagine your mom saying that?
No, I got in enough trouble.
We think we got in enough trouble.
She
Yeah.
was like, stop getting in trouble.
She's actually the complete opposite. Hey, stop doing
And I
that.
was like, hey, Mom.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Don't hurt me.
Yeah. Yep. So that's my 4, Sandlot. Not my favorite baseball movie of all time.
You got another baseball movie coming up?
No, I don't. But I think like Sandlot, as far as like everybody has seen that movie, and it's universally loved.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
There's a couple other great. You got Major League is good. That's a comedy, I guess.
Yeah.
I love Rookie of the Year is pretty good.
Is that the one with giving the cheese?
Yeah, he breaks his arm and then he plays for the Cubs. Yeah.
Well, I have a baseball movie coming up, so we'll get into that.
Oh, we'll get back. Okay.
All right, so my 4 spot, staying in the same genre as my 5 spot, boxing movie. But it's not.
That's not Rocky.
Not
no
Rocky.
way. Boxing?
In the 4 spot, the true story, Cinderella Man.
The Cinderella Man.
Cinderella Man.
Classic.
Man, that movie, like, that's one of the movies where when I watch it and the fight scenes come on, I feel myself like,
Oh,
Trying
is
to
that
like-
how you would box?
that's
First of all, I would beat you in a boxing match.
absolutely not. You couldn't even beat me in a race.
They're completely different.
Not if
I bet I'd
I'm
beat you.
racing to punch you in the face.
So we race and at the same time we're boxing.
Oh,
We'll set it up. We'll do it live.
Pogo sticks.
Live on the podcast.
What if we thumb wrestle?
We'll save that for another day.
Okay.
So anyway,
I'm
back
up
to
with
back to Cinderella Man. Russell Crowe,
Russell Crowe. Incredible.
all time.
Love the dude. Also, hunk.
Yeah.
Again, true story, which I love. Every person in the movie that he fights, except for Max Baer, except the main guy, all the other fights, they get real boxers, not actors, to
Really?
fight Russell Crowe. So Russell Crowe said it is the most. I keep wanting to say Kurt Russell. It's not Kurt Russell.
That's my guy.
It's Russell
You
Crowe.
know how I feel about Kurt Russell.
Oh, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
That's your guy.
Several times.
It
Kurt Russell Crowe. Are they related?
Kurt Russell Crowe.
They have to be related.
They're brother. They're cousins.
We need a fact checker.
Ask one of your dudes right here.
No,
Ask Tommy.
They're nonverbal.
Oh, sorry. Russell Crowe said it was the most physical movie he's ever done. He basically got the shit beat out of him the whole time during filming. Like when he's actually getting punched in those scenes.
He's
like,
getting punched.
Those boxers are punching him. Max Baer is the only guy who is a real actor.
Okay.
The real family of Max Baer did come out and say they were not happy with the portrayal of Max Baer in that movie because when he kills, I think he kills 2 people in the movie from boxing.
From boxing?
And he gets so the real Max Baer I think killed 1 person in the movie. I think he kills 2.
What does he just hit him so hard in the head or something?
Yeah, he hits them and basically disconnects their brainstem.
See, I've only seen the movie once.
The real Max Baer is insanely huge, and he's like punching down on people and hits them so hard it just disconnects their brain. So the real Max Baer actually did kill a guy in the boxing ring.
I feel like there probably wasn't as much padding back then either.
That's probably
because like
fair.
safety was not a thing.
Yeah, it's probably bare
Right?
knuckles.
Because that movie takes place what, like
It's in the Great Depression.
so like
It's like the 20s.
20s? Yeah. So
Around
there's
there.
definitely no safety.
But in
involved.
the movie, he's like a little. He almost seems like happy. He's like, yeah, look what I just did. The family came out and said the real Max Baer was actually very sad when he killed that guy. It's
Oh,
totally
yeah.
reasonable. But he is such a dick in that movie, and Russell Crowe's character just plays it off so well, and then beats his ass in the end. That fight scene's amazing. I mean, it's a true comeback story. I just love it, man. You know.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a classic. Okay. I'm not upset with that.
You'll allow.
I'll
that
allow
one?
it.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
All right.
What are we at?
Your 3 spot.
3 spot. Space Jam.
Oh,
Best basketball. For basketball, it was either this or Coach Carter.
come on and slam.
Welcome to the Jam.
Have you seen the second Space Jam?
I refuse to watch that.
I will not see it.
Yeah, LeBron can't do what MJ could.
Beat the Monstars?
Mm-mm.
No way.
Does he beat him? I don't know.
I haven't seen.
I'm
it
not
either.
watching it. Michael Jordan's the greatest of all time. I'll say that again. Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time.
Email's coming.
The LeBronites are probably going to send me an email, I'm sure. So definitely we'll probably get an email about that. I'm sure Tyler's going to
Keep
text
your
me.
opinions to yourself.
Yeah, we don't care at all about your
Yeah.
opinions.
If you guys don't like Weezer, you can stop texting me. I get it.
You've got a couple of texts, haven't
I
you?
got one on the way here.
That's
From a Pink Floyd fan. I won't name him.
We won't
Disrespectful.
name drop CJ.
Trash.
But yeah, Space Jam, classic movie. Everybody loves it. A movie. Kids can watch it. Adults watch it. Just awesome. Bugs Bunny.
Lola Bunny
Lola.
did something weird for me when I was a kid.
Yeah, I'm sure.
First time my junk wiggled was Lola Bunny. You have the squirt bottle too, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
The Michael's Secret
There it is,
stuff.
right there.
Don't you have that? Oh wow, look at that. Not staged. Michael's Secret stuff.
Stuff. Yep.
So if you're ever trying to get dunked on, come over here and tell
I
me
forgot.
about
I actually forgot I had that. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Forgot. Yeah.
You planted it.
Yeah. Yeah. Michael defeats the Monstars to save Looney Tune Land.
You know what I think is like one of the weirdest things in that movie? When they go back, it's all like the early 90s NBA stars or whatever, and you
Yeah.
see them in the suits that they wore at the time.
Oh.
Those suits are awful. Those dudes look weird.
They're just like huge.
Yeah.
And like,
Their pants are like really boxy.
yeah.
Who thought that was a good look?
Not me.
Like you would know.
Not to mention Bill Murray.
Oh,
is
the
in the
legend.
movie. The legend,
The guy.
who I went to go see, do poetry, not comedy. Still upset about it. Yeah, Bill Murray comes in and saves the day.
Yeah, of course. What else would he do?
I don't know. So, yeah, that's a pretty easy number 3 spot for me.
Yeah, that's fair. Tasmanian Devil cleaning up the whole gym. Shout out. Appreciate that guy.
Shout out. Yeah, just a great movie. Moron Mountain. That's where you belong.
Oh, nice.
Gotcha.
That kind of freaked me out as a kid.
It's definitely creepy.
Because the rest of the movie's so, like, goofy.
Yeah.
And then when you see that kid, like, chained up, I was like, this is like...
This is nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what the movie was that you saw? Wasn't that what it was about? Kids chained up and War on Mountain?
Not in Moron Mountain. No.
Okay.
Because I was in the universe.
Oh, sorry. All right.
And then Michael Jordan he hits a hole in one, and then just gets sucked into the golf hole.
And they're like, what just happened?
And then they freak out on Stan. He's like, what's wrong with that camera?
Not his fault.
No.
He had to go fight the Monstars.
Yeah. It's a pretty obvious reason.
Yeah. Classic.
And then they get into, like, baseball, how he went to play baseball, which we've got
Conspiracy.
crazy conspiracy about that. We're big conspiracy guys, so if we ever get into those, we will definitely have to bring up.
Forced out of the NBA.
Yeah. I heard a crazy one about Magic Johnson.
Is it related to AIDS?
Yes. We don't have to get into that. We can get into
I feel like
this.
you can't give it like a teaser because I'm interested.
I'll whisper it to you after the show.
Sweet.
Okay. But yeah, it's a wild one. It's a wild one. So, Space Jam number 3. What do you got?
My 3 spot, another true story. Remember the Titans. Love Remember the Titans. The whole like dance that they come out to when they start changing it up, and then they do the.
Who they think they are? The Beatles?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a top 5 band.
No.
But go ahead.
Bottom 5.
Bottom 5.
Right behind Pink Floyd.
Hot take.
Then they come out and do the Everywhere We Go.
Oh yeah.
Love that scene as a kid, dude. That was so cool.
The best.
Love that. True story, like I said. We met the coach. He actually came to Salisbury.
We met Denzel Washington.
We met Denzel. The guy, what's his name in the...
Herman.
Herman Boone?
We met Herman. We did, yeah. We met Herman
The
Boone.
real Herman Boone.
Yeah.
At this point, he was probably like 5'4".
Yeah.
Because he's 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
Super nice dude.
Yeah.
If you guys remember the scene where they all run a couple miles late at night to go to the graveyard and he gives that Gettysburg speech, we asked him about that. I finally got up there, shook his hand, said, I have one question. I said, how far was the midnight run to the cemetery? And Coach Boone said it was actually at about 7 in the morning, I think, and he said it was just over the hill.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, Hollywood wanted to play that one up.
Yeah, Disney had to, yeah.
The speech did happen. They did go to the cemetery. All that happened,
Right.
but they make it seem like it's like a whole Sam and
Right.
Frodo journey to get there, and it's
And then I think the other part was that, didn't they, like, in the state championship, they killed the team? I don't think it was that close
good.
when they beat Marshall.
I know. So there is the one scene where they throw a brick through Coach Boone's window. So that did happen in real life. He did get something thrown through his window, but it was not a brick. The guy who threw it actually threw a toilet through Coach Boone's window.
A whole toilet.
A whole toilet. They didn't show it in the movie. They changed it to a brick because they thought people weren't going to think it was serious. They thought people were going to laugh at seeing a toilet.
What?
But they actually threw
A whole toilet.
A whole toilet. So they changed it to a brick.
You had 12 brothers and sisters?
I was 8.
12 sound bad. Yeah.
Great movie.
Oh, yeah.
You got obviously the whole white-black thing, all of them coming together. That was actually a huge part in them coming together. You know, Coach Boone was big on that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a legendary movie. You know,
Yeah.
when you say like football movies, it's one of the first things that I think of.
Yeah.
Love the dancing.
Yeah. I'm not going to comment too much more on it.
All right,
Just because it may appear
we'll see. We'll
later.
see what happens.
Possibly. I'm not giving anything
No
away.
promises.
No promises.
All right. Well, I got in the 3 spot. I got Remember the Titans.
Remember time. Okay. I'm good with it. I'm glad it was in your list.
You
If
approve
it,
of that?
I would be upset if it wasn't.
What were you gonna do? Thumb
Just-
wrestle me?
Probably just be upset.
Okay.
What do I got? Number 2. Are we 2? Number 2, right?
You never.
I never know. I need to start like,
I'll have someone hold up a sign behind the camera.
yeah, just
Like
2.
a little Vanna White.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on 2.
Oh, Miracle.
Oh, classic.
Best hockey movie. USA hockey. It's during the time of, was it Cold War?
I mean, you
Right?
got
Soviet Union.
hockey. You got America.
America. Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
The
Kurt
man.
Russell Crowe.
Kurt Russell Crowe.
What else do you need?
Dude, that the speech he gives at the end.
Oh,
Wait, 9 times out of 10 they'll be. That's the right one? Yeah.
not tonight.
Not tonight, dude. That was
Gets me hyped.
you get chills.
Gets me hyped.
Yeah, you get chills with that movie. A feel good movie. Just
A weird way to hype people up. You know, hey, this team is way better than you and should beat you.
yeah,
Just not this.
just
Not
well,
one time.
and we had a bunch of kids playing that game. Because wasn't it like, I think it was college kids? We didn't have professionals
Right.
at the time.
The Olympics as a whole was originally meant to be amateur competition, like the whole time.
Really?
going back forever. I mean, it's supposed to be amateurs. It's not supposed to be the best people in the world.
Well, the
So we're not
Soviet-
submitting our best people, but at the time, the Soviets are literally like breeding people
Yes.
to go compete in the Olympics.
That's why they were born, to play hockey for the
Right.
Russians.
So they kicked everyone's ass in like 20 years of Olympics
Yeah.
because they were submitting the best in the world.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're sending a bunch of like college kids.
Yeah.
Which makes that story so much better.
Yes. Yes. Everybody feared. And so they beat, they beat Russia in the semis, I think. And then they go, because that wasn't even,
Yeah.
I think that was the semi game, but that was like bigger than even winning
Right, that was it.
because of everything going on. But then I think they beat Sweden or Switzerland.
Is that Lake Placid?
At Lake Placid.
Incredible.
Yeah. So,
America.
American hockey. You know how I feel about the disrespect that hockey gets. It bothers me.
Hockey is like the best professional sport.
For me, like seeing it live,
It's the best,
it's the best sport live.
except the Penn State football game.
Yeah, well, we can, a whiteout game.
Oh, specifically the whiteout game.
Yeah, you have to be specific.
That's number one.
Yeah.
But yeah. Is there another hockey movie other than like
Well,
a funny one?
Mighty Ducks,
Oh, yeah, sure.
right? That's pretty much, which are great
Love the Mighty Ducks.
movies.
I feel like I'm not hating on Miracle, but I feel like Miracle gets like best hockey movie by default because like
Because it's the only one.
yeah,
It's the only
you
one
got-
they need.
Except Happy Gilmore. Does that count as a hockey movie?
I would, well, think about it. Let me
All
write that.
All right, consider it.
This is me pretending to write that. Yeah, what? Slapshot? I think it's a movie called Slapshot.
Goon. You ever seen Goon?
Goon.
That movie's
That
ridiculous.
was so dumb. That was one of the worst, but it's like funny.
Entertaining.
Yes. Not a good movie though.
Not as good as Miracle.
Sean William Scott.
Yeah.
American
Stifler.
Pie. Stifler.
Stifler is
Dude, we didn't even bring up, for the comedy movies, we didn't even bring up American Pie movies.
no.
1 and 2 are unbelievable.
I feel like they made so many that they got like washed out now.
Yeah.
Because there's like Beta House and
Yes. The 1 and 2 are the best. They should have just stopped there.
like soundtracks.
Soundtrack, great.
Amazing.
One of the best. That 90s, early 2000s alternative rock.
Yep.
One of the best eras of music.
Unless you put Weezer in your top 5 and then all of a sudden.
Oh, here we go. You need to get over that.
You said that with you just.
You need to get over that.
When I stop getting hate mail,
Sensitive Sally.
I'll bring it up.
Well, yeah, so go with that. Miracle number 2.
I'll allow it.
Don't argue it.
I'm cool with that.
Gotcha. Yeah. So,
All right, my 2 spot. Another true story. Love how many sports movies are true stories. Like
I feel like most
I'm a
of them are.
slut for that.
Yeah, of course you are.
That's why Rocky is not in the top 5. Although there's thought that Sylvester Stallone stole the story for Rocky from a real boxer.
Isn't it loosely based off a real guy?
Well, the guy didn't get any money from it. He was
That
called
doesn't
like,
mean it wasn't.
he was called like the Boston Bleeder or something. I can't remember his name. It basically matches his story to the T. And Stallone just took it.
That sounds like something he would do.
Yeah, because Stallone's like 5'6".
Is he really?
Isn't he actually really short?
I don't think 5'6". He's massive.
He's like wide, but I think he's only like
No,
5'8",
I bet
5'9".
he's 5'9". He's got to be at least 5'9".
That's pretty short though, isn't it?
What are you trying to say?
That you're short.
You're an inch taller than me.
I'm like,
Only in height. Only in height. Don't even try.
if we're laying down. All right, my 2 spot is Moneyball.
Oh, okay.
My favorite baseball movie, again, a true story. True story. Billy Beane leading the Oakland A's to like the worst team in baseball, small market. They use Jonah Hill and all his statistics to change the way the team's being run. They go on that crazy winning streak. It's like 27 games in a row or something.
Yeah.
He gets the job offer from the Boston Red Sox, obviously. I think it was like the highest offer a GM has ever received at the end of that.
And I think that's a cool thing because it was super recent, right? We probably watched.
Yeah.
That was in like 2000s.
I mean, when like the movie's on, like people like our fathers and stuff, they're like, yeah, I remember when that happened.
Remember when this happened?
That
Yeah,
was right there.
that's pretty cool.
Obviously love true stories. There's a lot of random little things that they throw in there, like when you're the scouts because the whole movie is basically him going against traditional baseball thinking.
Right.
And I love when all the scouts are in the room talking about like their different thoughts on why players will or will not work out.
Yeah.
One of the things they point out about a real prospect in the movie is that guy has an ugly girlfriend.
What?
In the movie, one of the scouts says, "Don't sign that guy because he has an ugly girlfriend." And in the movie, they say that means he lacks confidence, so he's not going to have confidence in the field. That was a real thing that happened with this Oakland A's staff, but they didn't mean lack of confidence. They said, "Hey, his girlfriend's ugly. I bet he has bad eyesight." So don't. But either way, they were using the hotness of these dudes' girlfriends and wives to determine if they should.
Sabermetrics.
That's basically what Billy Beane was going against.
I've never heard. I don't remember that part.
Yeah, he's like, look, what you guys are doing is so outdated. But you got a game as old as baseball. I mean, there's the most traditions in that sport of any. So you got a bunch of old dudes, and you're like, hey, here's a book that says how you should do it. Like, I get why those dudes were against it.
Yeah, baseball. Yeah, but I do think baseball's come a long way. Like, you were talking about how it's super traditional and what they did with the pitch clock.
You like the pitch clock?
Oh my gosh, dude! When you can get through a baseball game in 2.5 hours.
Not want to fall asleep.
Yeah, because before you're talking, that's an all-day thing.
I mean, 4.5 hours for a game,
which is insane. So I think there's still some kinks in it that they could probably work out.
They have challenges now too. You can
They have challenges. But yeah, that just getting talking. When you mentioned like traditional.
You know what's crazy? So it took the MLB. I mean, I don't know how many years to get challenges. Like
100.
I think they've had it for like maybe 2 or 3 years. And I remember seeing some horrible calls. I can't remember who it was, but there was a pitcher who was pitching a perfect game.
Yep. I know, that's exactly what I was thinking about.
And they threw that guy out. But the ref called him safe. They're showing replays of it. He's out.
It's obvious. It's the last bat of the game.
And the dude loses a perfect game because of that.
Yep.
And then maybe that next year, I don't even think it was the next year. I think it was a couple years after that, they get instant replay. Yeah. It took baseball that long.
Yeah.
This weekend I was watching the Little League World Series, and they have challenges in instant replay.
Really?
In the Little League for 12-year-olds.
Wow.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Dude, the Little League World Series, we'll bring on the little kids and they show stats.
Yes.
It'll be like
favorite this or
Max Simmons height 4'10".
Yeah.
Favorite candy bar.
Yeah.
Butterfield, whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, I think that's so funny.
The funniest was when all them kids in the Little League World Series were like, they were playing like 16-year-olds. Like some of the there's some. It was like a big scandal. They had this kid who was like, they had a pitcher who was like 16 or something.
Like he drove to the game?
Pretty much, ripping cigs on the way to the game.
That's awesome.
But like, they never found out.
So they were just, that's like
at the time they didn't.
Is it Bad News Bears? He holds up the sign. It's like I am 12.
No, that's bench warmers.
Oh, bench warmers.
Yeah. But that was fun. Literally, that's awesome.
That'd be so fun.
Little League World Series. But yeah, he was super tall. I'm like, nobody knows how old this kid is.
The kid's got a mustache.
He's just throwing like perfect games.
Throwing heaters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, anyway, Moneyball.
That's a good one. Chris Pratt's in it.
Chris Pratt
couldn't have been his girlfriend they were talking about. You know Chris Pratt. Pulls.
Chris Pratt is the dude.
And here's a sabermetric for you. Or a fun fact, if you will.
All right, lay it on me.
That is my celebrity lookalike.
Chris Pratt?
I'm not
Who tells you that?
I'm not kidding. I've been told that probably like a handful of times.
I would have to see them face to face because I'm not good at that.
Also, like I got a beard right now a little bit.
Yeah,
that's not. It's when I'm like.
When you're like cleaner.
Yeah, scraggly, I would say.
Do you know who I get as my celebrity look like?
Hold on. Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, George Clooney.
Oh, never heard of him.
It's an NFL player.
Oh, you get Josh Allen.
I get Josh Allen all the time.
I'm going to respectfully disagree.
I'm way more handsome than Josh Allen. I agree. He does not.
I would agree. You look more like Patrick Mahomes.
I get Kermit.
Yeah, Kermit the Frog.
I get Josh Allen like once a week.
Really? That often?
Like pretty frequently. Someone said it to me this weekend.
You should have said, "Yeah,
I am Josh Allen."
I think that should be universal. Like if somebody thinks you're somebody else,
just go for it.
Just go with it.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
who's our buddy? I got Brian Plummer looks like Parker McCullum, and I've been telling him that. You know who Parker McCullum is? He's a country singer.
I don't know. I'd have to see.
I've been telling him, and he said he was like in Nashville this last week, and somebody thought it was him. I was like, dude, great opportunity for you. Like,
yeah.
And he blew it. He's like, no, that's not me. I was like, why would you? I mean, obviously, I'm not Chris Pratt.
In Nashville?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're handing that to him.
Yes.
Yeah. Should have slayed
I'm
on.
gonna have to text him, tell him we used him. But
anyway.
Yeah.
What's
anyways,
your?
what were we talking about?
We were talking about Moneyball and how it's the greatest baseball movie ever.
Okay, I'm good with it.
So now you're in one spot.
Number one, Remember the Titans.
Nice.
I have seen that movie probably 500 times. I bet I could quote it from beginning to end. I won't because it
would take a long time.
At least a half hour, right?
If you speed run it, yeah.
if I didn't fast forward. We've already talked about a lot of points, right? Denzel Washington, Gary Bertier.
Denzel's the guy.
Denzel's the man. And the issues that were going on back then, which still happen today. But I think it's a movie that everybody should have to watch. They should show it in schools probably.
Yeah. I did watch it in middle school. I had to watch it in middle school.
Did you? I actually have that poster up there. I won that at the Lincoln camp, and it's the team. And because I guess he came out, didn't he come out to the school?
Oh, I'm sure Coach Connor pulled that off.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he came one year.
So the whole team signed that?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Also, didn't mention this, the soundtrack.
Oh, great.
A lot of CCR.
Yeah. CCR, I love CCR.
Creedence Clearwater Revival for the lay person.
Yeah.
Right.
What does he say about Bertier's mama? What's the mama joke? When the guy comes
reminds me of Bertier's mama.
He's like, the big guy's like.
Oh, Louis Lasser.
Like, oh, what's wrong?
What's wrong with you, Louis?
I just gave
your mama a piggyback.
She weighs twice as much as Bertier's mama.
Yep. Great, damn, dude. The soundtrack's awesome. Good, like the jokes in there. Like it's so cool seeing them when they come together and.
Yeah, the way the team from beginning to end, like when they start playing together.
Yeah.
When you get the strong side thing.
The left side, like that chills. You're gonna get chills watching that movie.
Awesome.
At the end when they went, I need a fake 23 blast with a backside Georgia verse. Fake 23 blast with a backside Georgia verse like your life depended upon, and then chills.
Love it.
But I think in the actual state championship, I think they blow them out.
Yeah.
So I think that was a little bit of Hollywood, but yeah, that will always be my number one.
I also love when the two daughters are playing with dolls.
Yeah.
Or the one daughter's playing with dolls.
Yeah.
And it's Hayden Panettiere's character. She's talking to
Coach
Denzel.
Yost's daughter.
He's like, yeah, accessorize. Why don't you go accessorize?
And they're talking about the veer.
And she's like giving him pointers.
She's watching game film with him. Yeah. Just a great feel-good movie.
Your buddy Ryan Gosling.
Liability at the time.
Needed to come out.
Who else? Not a movie where they portrayed the characters that age. We've talked about this, right?
They look 47 years old.
Yeah, I know Julius Campbell, who's played by Wood Harris. I think I watched a thing with him, and he said he was like 30 at the time.
I mean, Gary Bertier is also...
He's got to be...
He looks old as shit in that.
Yeah. Dude, Louis Lasek, I forget his name. Have you seen him recently?
Did he lose a lot of weight?
He lost all that weight, and he's like ripped now.
That dude is enormous.
He was on Rogan's podcast, and they were showing the picture. Like, he was...
Good for him, man.
He must have been 500 pounds.
Yeah, gotta be.
Yeah. But now he's like ripped, like eats really healthy. Like, that was cool to see.
Cool, good for him, man.
Gary Bertier also plays Opie in Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Incredible show. He has a cameo in Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
The cast in Saving Private Ryan, low-key, like...
Very good.
You got Matt Damon in it.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks in it.
Tom Hanks. What's his
Gary
name?
Bertier.
Gary Bertier. Ryan Hurst.
Isn't Ben Affleck in that, too? There's somebody else in that. Obviously, there's like...
Paul Giamatti's in it.
Is he?
Vin Diesel's in it.
Yeah.
I don't think he had any business.
Vinny D, of course.
That movie. But, yeah, dude, remember? Just iconic movie. Remember the Titans? T.C. Williams.
I approve.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
Was that?
I got one.
What are the cards? Who's got the cards?
The cue cards. I got one more.
Okay.
Friday Night Lights is my one spot.
Okay. I'm good with it.
I also love Remember the Titans. Obviously, I had it in my 3 spot. For me, I would say the difference between Friday Night Lights and Remember the Titans is how much more modern Friday Night Lights is. Like, it hits closer to home.
I agree.
For me.
I would agree.
I love the story behind Remember the Titans, but I feel like the emotion in Friday Night Lights is more real.
More to us, I feel, yeah.
Not that, like, we had any crazy parents, but, like, Tim McGraw yelling at Billingsley, like,
yeah,
man, that's stuff
common.
gets to me. Like, feeling that as, like, a high school player, like, I just dealing with that would be horrible.
Yeah.
Booby getting hurt and trying to come back from it,
Yeah.
Obviously, like, we had a pretty major injury our senior year. What happens at the end of the state championship game is similar to what happened to us.
Yeah.
Not to get into all the crazy
Oh, yeah.
details.
At what age is it not okay to...
I will be Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite my whole
I
life.
feel like we'll talk about high school football forever.
I will never not bring it up.
Yeah. It's the best sport.
Dude, it's crazy.
There's nothing better than Friday night football, high school football, under the lights. Especially when you get like a big game, dude. When we get like,
oh my God,
when it's Linganore, Oakdale, it's
packed. The old Linganore-Urbana games.
Oh, that's a
you get like
whole
5,000 people there.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like Friday Night Lights is closer to that.
Agreed.
Than what Remember the Titans is. Closer to what our real. Also, in Friday Nights, they get like fucking hammered. Like,
it shows the part of them being high school, right? Being high schoolers. So.
Not that we drank. I waited until I was 21.
Never.
But they did.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah.
They also do a lot of little things to pay homage. Define that.
I can.
To the original team. So the original Booby Miles is seen several times in the movie. He's wearing like a black Permian jacket and a black hat, but the actual Booby Miles is in the movie several times. Doesn't have any speaking roles, but he's in it.
I did not know that.
They also were having issues with some of the actors, like how authentic they could play high school coaches. So there's a few very small roles where like a coach calls a play or says something. They get Permian coaches to come play those roles.
Really?
They're real quick roles. It's not anything major, but they couldn't get actors to really sink into it, so they got those guys to come.
That makes sense. That's smart.
Yeah, I mean, it's a super cool way to pay your respects.
Yeah.
Obviously, true story. You got some characters in that, man. I mean, you got Chavez, you got Preacher Man.
I love Chavez plays. He's in a couple movies that I love.
He's good. I don't know what that guy's name is, but he's good.
I don't either, but he's in a couple good movies. Billingsley is he's in Four Brothers.
Yeah, he is.
Jack. Mike Winchell, quarterback.
Winchell, yeah.
All right, 39 switchblade for the state championship. I love all y'all. Iconic.
That Dallas Carter team, man, I hate when they lose that. I hate that.
I forget.
Like,
don't they? Now this is another one. I don't think the ending was necessarily accurate. I think they beat Dallas Carter, but then lose in the actual state championship. It's not completely accurate.
Oh, okay.
So they did twist it to which is weird,
to make it
what
worse ending.
Yeah, what movie you watch where it's not a good ending?
So we're gonna have to fact check to start next episode.
Okay.
Remember the Titans and Friday Night Lights ending.
Okay.
I mean, that's a heartbreaker, man.
Oh my God, you feel it. You feel it.
That movie, and when I hear the song "Boys of Fall,"
I'll cry. Oh, you know what? You know what gets me is that instrumental at the end of Friday Night when they lose. It's like
yeah.
It's by Tears for Fears or
it's
something like that.
I thought it was like Band of Horses or something.
Dude,
I know the song you're talking about. There's no words.
But it
hits.
Are we allowed to play that on here? Is that copyright or no?
We'll probably get sued.
You think?
I don't know.
Let me see.
We need to confirm what it is.
Friday Night Lights.
Make Me Cry. Song.
I want to cry.
Yeah, crazy. They also, I read this, they actually put real game clips from the actual Permian team from that year. Yeah, put them in the movie.
Okay.
So I guess somewhere they've got them recorded, and they did what they could to take those real plays and fit them into the movie.
They do that with Remember Titans too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And they just have to match everything else around what's happening and then real play. What's it called? Did you find it?
Yeah, Explosions in the Sky. I think
More
that's
like
what it's
Explosions in My Eyes.
called. Nice.
Makes it look.
That was great. That was good stuff. Yeah, did I hear that song?
Tears.
Let me see.
Also, I'm pretty sure this band only does instrumentals.
Yeah. Just makes you wanna. I remember, back in high school, watching that, especially afterwards.
It's way
When
worse
football
now.
was over.
Right.
It was like, you hear that song come on, tears.
Yeah, I mean, I remember our last game senior year of the regular season. We beat Urbana. Winner goes to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So we win, and their season is over. I remember seeing some of those guys because their locker room was right down the hall.
Yeah.
I remember seeing some of the guys going into the locker room sobbing, and I was like, "That sucks."
Yeah.
And then a week later, I was like,
Yeah, dude, that was the worst feeling. One of the worst feelings ever.
and that's why Friday Night Lights is my number one because it pulls
The emotion,
that.
yes.
I think it's the realest of all of these movies,
Yes.
at least for what we went through. Like that hits home the closest.
I would agree. Yeah, we will be. High school football will come up a lot.
And your 40 time will probably come up several times.
A few times.
Hey, this
We
is
can always edit that out.
I'm editing it in. This is the first top 5 we've done where we didn't do 8 to actually do top 5. We're growing. Look at
Right,
that.
well, look at that. Hey,
Proud of
it's
us.
a work in progress.
Yeah.
Shoot. So,
We got anything coming up to tell the people about?
what's our? So, going forward, right? We're gonna talk about movies, music, sports are gonna come up. High school football is gonna come up.
Maybe some ridiculous topics.
We are gonna sprinkle in some
So
like
stay,
fun ones, or
Stay tuned.
or like what would you say, miscellaneous,
Yeah.
random,
Just silly.
like,
Little
like
silly-
burgers, best
silly
burgers,
goose.
stuff like that.
Get
Wrestling.
we'll start getting some guests on. If there's
Yeah.
any topics you guys want us to cover or anybody you want us to have come on, let us know.
I'm looking forward to getting some guests on.
There's a few
We've talked
good
to
people lined up.
We've talked to a few already who want to get on, and I'm pretty excited about that.
Anybody who has texted me Weezer hate is not allowed to come on the podcast. You know who you are. Don't even ask me.
We're sneaking them on.
Don't even think about it.
We're sneaking them on.
All right, man.
All right.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. That's about whatever we want it to be about. Episode 3 on the rocks.
That's right. Peace.
See you.
Almost 1 hour.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that was good.
I agree.